And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to Jim and the Crypto episode. What is this? 924. Goodness gracious. Today is Tuesday, April 5th, 2022, and I'm King, here to bridge the gap between the community and crypto every day, Monday through Friday at 10ish. And today's top stories. Intel launches new Bitcoin mining chip Blockscale. Neutrino dollar breaks peg, falls to 82 cents amid waves price manipulation accusations. Shopify faces another lawsuit from crypto holders over a ledger data breach, and Mailchimp hack potentially leading to crypto wallet thefts. That and more, but first and foremost, of course, let's go ahead and take a look at these prices on the day. And of course, this week is a slow news week so far. I think everybody's kind of gearing up for the Bitcoin conference. I talked to a lot of people yesterday. Sound like they're flying. Some flew out last night for shout out to Ken Bozak. His shitcoin conference starts today. And it sounds like people are going today and will be there today and early or yesterday and early today as well for that conference. All right, checking out these prices. Let me bring this screen up. Bitcoin, of course, is coming in hot at $46,436. I saw it actually touch 47,000 at some point, but that's up 0.62%. Ethereum is at $3,479, down 0.3%. Let's see, we got Solana at number 6 at $132, down 0.13%. Ripple at number 9 at 82 cents, down 1.44%. And Avalanche at number 10 at $94, down 0.64% as well. And some flipping just happened. Did Terra flip? Did Terra just recently flip Cardano? Goodness gracious. Terra is ripping and running. And of course, for the top gainers, Intel Mo is up 411%. There we go. That's what I like to see. Give me some hundreds in here. Zyro is up 104.11%, and Para is up 60%. That's a modest gain in this crypto sphere. And really quick, some shout outs. What is going on? 11 Super Mario, Kadeem K, BK Crypto, Wendy Nichols, Jonathan Santiago, Yemi, what's going on? Timothy Grisby, Yemi, I hear we're gonna be down in Miami too. What's going on? Murray, Satoshi Slim, Crypto Chief, Robert Marino is Oku. Let's see, 11 Super Mario. So what is it? What do I mean when I say I'm in and out of Bitcoin? Exactly what it sounds like, baby. Told you I'm a real trader. All right. That's what it sounds like. I mean, sometimes I put all my stuff into Bitcoin, consolidate, and then sometimes I disperse in different altcoins or stable coins, depending on how I feel, how I think the market feels. Yes, exactly, Kadeem. I flip it, I twist it, I bop it, so I got to go to work in the morning. All right, let's see what else do we have going on. What's going on, the recycling guy? All right, let's jump into it. Top story today. This was a great news story to me, people. This is the type of story that should make the price of Bitcoin pump for real. Like when we talk about value add to the actual Bitcoin project and things around it, like this is one of those big things. I'm looking at my phone right now because I realized I probably didn't put it on D&D. I did not. Let me stop the problem before it happens. Top story of the day, though. Intel launches new Bitcoin mining chip of Blockscale. The company indicated that the device is designed in part for energy efficient blockchain hashing. I mean, listen, first and foremost, shout out to Intel. Let's go ahead and give them a hand clap. I mean, literally, this is what we've been waiting on, people. The big boys and girls, as I say, to get into mining. As of now, really, the biggest miners, of course, Bitcoin, have been coming out of China. Of course, Jahan Wu, with Bitmain and all that good stuff with the ASIC miners. But it looks like on Monday, semiconductor manufacturing titan Intel unveiled its new Bitcoin mining chip Blockscale. And I love that they have the buzzword in there, energy efficient. The block, got to have block something in there. The application-specific integrated circuit, or ASIC, hardware is designed to operate on proof-of-work blockchains using the SHA-256 encryption. As told by Intel, Blockscale will have a hash rate of up to 580 gigahash per second, consuming between 4.8 to 22.7 watts of power and having an energy efficient of up to 26 joules per terahash. So Bitcoin, they need to come back so he can break all that down to you in layman terms. I'm not even going to try to, because I basically, I know the bare minimum of understanding all of that myself. But basically they're saying, hey, we're going to be able to give you a lot of energy, a lot of power, and you're actually going to be saving it by it being efficient. So each chip can be combined and merged into a single mining unit, increasing its output with a maximum of 256 integrated circuits per chain. So essentially, there we go. That's what I was looking for, a comparison. Bitmain's Antminer's S19 Pro, one of the leading Bitcoin mining machines on the market, which probably goes for, I think, $14,000 about, depending on the deals, you can get anywhere from $9,000 to $15,000. Has a hash rate of 110 terahertz a second, consumes 3,250 watts of power, and possesses an energy efficiency of 30 joules per terahash. So it looks like, let me compare those numbers really quick. This one goes up to 580. Ooh, okay. All right. Oh, that's gigahash. That's 0.58 terahash per second. So it looks like the S miners are still pretty good. But again, this consumes way less power. So the S miner consumes, again, 3,250. And it looks like Intel's will consume about 4.8 to 22.7. So still having 26 joules per terahash, and they'll have 30. So that is pretty close. Intel says it will start shipping to Blockscale during the third quarter of 2022. And it looks like the GM of blockchain business solutions at Intel was quoted as saying, "We are proud to collaborate with and provide solutions to companies that are creating a more sustainable cryptocurrency ecosystem globally. The Intel Blockscale ASIC will play a major role in helping Bitcoin mining companies achieve both sustainability and hash rate scaling objectives in the years ahead." This is big news for Bitcoin and the value of Bitcoin because the big technology companies are now investing in it. You talk about Intel, they're not going to put money toward a new chip. You're talking about research and development, testing, actual proof of concept, all this good stuff that you have to put money toward. They're not going to do that if they don't plan on Bitcoin being in the game for a long time, Bitcoin mining, or themselves being in this game. Now, I say that because I think we're going to see what we see across every other space. We saw, especially in our industry, once one person do it, everyone else kind of jumps on the bandwagon. We haven't seen Apple pop up and say, "Hey, we want to try to mine." Microsoft hasn't said they want to try to mine with it, right? Like some of these other big tech companies, IBM has all types of connections in the tech space. We haven't even seen them say we want to mine or we're interested in mining or any of that. All it takes is for one person to open that budget up. And I mean, literally you have an Intel chip overnight. So pretty cool news to see. Again, I expect to see more of that in the future. And all it's going to do is make the space more competitive and hopefully make miners, I guess, a little bit more inexpensive. But as Bitcoin, of course, continuously decreases the amount you can mine, that might not ever happen. I mean, miners might go up to 20K here in the next few years. Either way, it's still pretty cool to see. I know we got a lot of miners in the house too. So shout out to you all as well. Let's see what is going on. PFC Wells Track is in the house. Let's see, 5252crypto.com. What's going on? Jake Fever. Oh, won't be able to make it out there big time said, but have fun. That's what's up, Jake, for sure. I'll probably be rocking your hoodie down there, man. It's all good. Even though I think it's hot as hell in Miami. I gotta check. Let's see. Neutrino. Here's a triggering article I had to bring up. Let me bring this article up. Where's my sound effects? Let me get some sound effects going. Neutrino dollar breaks peg, falls to 82 cents amidst Wave's price manipulation accusations. Wave's founder Sasha Ivanov says Alameda Research is behind the ongoing Wave's price decline. Now, this article, I'm sure as I start to read it, you'll see some comparisons of the only thing I'm trying to say. Maybe we need to have a segment. The only thing I'm trying to say, I don't know. Neutrino dollar USDN, a stable coin issued through Wave's backed Neutrino protocol, lost its US dollar peg on April 4th amid speculations that it could become insolvent in the future. As you can see here, it dropped to as low as 82 cents, with its market cap also diving to 824.25 million, down 14% from its year-to-date high of 960.25 million. The stablecoin plunge occurred despite Neutrino's claims of its backing its $1 peg via what's called over collateral, which is when the total value of Wave's token locked inside the smart contract is higher than the total of USDN minted, also called the backing ratio. Now, the only thing I want to point out with this is that Waves was a popular project. To some, it still is a popular project. And I just want to point that out because it's a popular project and everyone likes to stream about their protocol and how their stable coins and on their chain is backed by the actual Waves that are actually minted in the contract and all these fancy words. Okay, that's all I want to say. Notably, Neutrino smart contracts backing ratio came out to be 2.62 on April 4th, according to official data, underscoring that it had adequate funds to back the USDN's dollar peg by $1 to 1. That is despite Wave's 35% plus drop in the last 5 days. So this is all coming from what they're saying has been some price manipulation, where Waves dropped from its record high near $64 on March 31st to as low as $47 on April 4th. One thing is, whenever the price drops, people like panic sell, people get angry, and the fingers do get the pointing. However, it looks like the sell-off was, nonetheless, the sell-off occurred also as a pseudonymous analyst accused Waves of artificially pumping Waves by 750% in the last 2 months by collateralizing USDN to borrow USDC coin on the Varies.finance lending platform. They're using the proceeds to purchase Waves. They are converting the tokens to USDN and then redeploying them into the Buyers.finance pool to borrow more USDC. Now, really quick, again, I got to call it out. Maybe I do need to have them on the show to explain this, or one of you need to call in on Fridays because you still haven't really done it to explain it. Terra Luna, I got to go there, people. I mean, what they're doing isn't vastly different. Essentially, they collateralize, they collateralize their USDT or whatever the Terra coin they were using to buy more Bitcoin with, which is all they did over here was borrow USDC coin, except they're buying Bitcoin. They use the proceeds except for Terra. They're actually going to hold it in Bitcoin as a reserve. And this one, they actually bought some of their own coin back. However, with that project, some of the coin does get burned, and you can see they convert tokens. My point is they got all this intricate plays, and this isn't what they were supposed to be doing. It looks like a trader called them out, and the price started to dip. Honestly, I think if Terra Luna were to be buying anything else but Bitcoin, you would see the exact same reaction. But because it's Bitcoin, people are like, well, no, it's the reserve currency. It makes sense. I get it. Go off in the comments or call in Friday. But here you can see the tweet. USDN issuance will eventually taper out once USDN reaches its target backing. Once it's reached, there's no more programmatic Waves buying velocity dies. If it drops enough, Waves market cap could be less than USDN outstanding. This would mean USDN is insolvent and would depeg. And again, this is kind of my thing with if Bitcoin were to drastically dip, and your stable coin is attached to it, what would happen to that stable coin and basket of collateral assets? I know it's more than one, and the protocol interchanges them so it can work. But worst case scenario, if Bitcoin takes a nosedive, would that project be able to sustain itself? I say no, and it sounds like the founder even said, I remember the quote was, it'll be troubling or something like that, right? You can see here, this would mean, if USDN depegs its material, the USDC short on buyers could liquidate $607 million of the $807 million outstanding USDN. This would be Armageddon. Again, this is some of those things where you will hope it wouldn't happen, but we can kind of see them going through something right now. And again, their stablecoin isn't being back one-to-one according to their community, even though they say it is. But hey, perception is reality, especially in cryptocurrency. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think, what's going on with Waves. I know some of you all are in the project. You've been paying way more attention to me. So let me know in the comments what's going on. You can see here, Ivan all saying, but the thing is we never sell or lend for selling Waves. So I started searching on buyers for who could borrow it there. And look who I found. They found Alameda Research or whatever, I guess, as a buyer. So here it is. Who knows? Waves is saying it's a FUD campaign. And there's people out there saying that no, they're jacking up. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let's see. Wesley SK. The sound effect is okay. We'll figure out the sound effect this week. Kendra said, I'm feeling like I'm not going to ever be able to get a whole coin at this point. No, dollar cost average. Billy Crush said, how is it a stable coin if it's backed by USD? Well, some people still believe in the dollar as a reserve currency. So they feel like if it's stable coin, because that was the Tether whole thing. Initially, Tether was coming out saying it was dollars backing for every Tether, there was a dollar, right? And then eventually they started, well, we got a basket of assets. They started going down that road. But to answer that specific is just, so a lot of people, the dollar is still a reserve currency. Bitcoin's fake, the dollar's real, which is why we keep saying if you're in this market, you have to decide if you're here for Bitcoin, if you're here for the technology, or if you're here for more dollars, because you'll have different, like literal different beliefs, and how you move will be based on those beliefs. So if for people who really believe in USD, yes, a stable coin one stable coin to $1. That's all they care about. For people who are leaning more on the Bitcoin or crypto side, they may want to see different assets, including dollars, including Bitcoin, I guess now, or including different cryptocurrencies as well. So yes, that is what it is. Lawrence Sanders, hey, Warriors been learning about becoming a node. Oh, from Monero and Stacks. Okay. Let's see. Yes, good job to track yesterday. Make sure you guys are catching Antonio's shorts throughout the day too. He posts shorts to give you some quick updates on what's going on in this space also. Let's see. Kadeem K said Waves is going crazy too the last few months. Is this their first DPEG spiral? To my knowledge, it is. And you're right. They did start going crazy again. And it wasn't popular. Listen, Waves was a super popular project when it came out. I think if anything, the bear market might have threw the momentum off from it, but it was really popular to the likes of some of these chains you are looking at now. When people are looking at Avalanche and some of these other ones, Waves had the same type of hype behind it, which is why we always keep saying, like, I mean, let's wait another 6 to 8 months to see if these things are still in the top 10, because I believe Waves touched the top 10 at one point as well. All right, some more stories, kind of to be on the lookout for the hacks and scams that are going on in the space. Shopify facing another lawsuit from crypto holders over ledger data breach. That's right. The e-commerce giant is in the hot seat again for his alleged role in making the hacked ledger user data available to malicious actors. Global e-commerce platform Shopify and hardware maker Ledger face a major legal hurdle as a group of Ledger users have filed a class action lawsuit for its part in failing to prevent a massive data breach in 2020. The suit was filed in the United States District Court of Delaware on Friday and alleges that Shopify repeatedly and profoundly failed to protect its customers' identities. Shopify and its third-party data consultant TaskUs are being held responsible by, I'm about to mess this up, complainants for leaking personally identifiable information of Ledger buyers despite marketing promises assuring the full security of the Shopify platform. They said they were aware of the breach for a week before they notified customers. And then they were asking for the exact type of information leaked to be disclosed by Ledger and Shopify and for a monetary reward that covers actual and punitive damages. So this is serious. But here's the problem. And this is why things like, shout out to our masterclass, we teach things like the Bitcoin Pay server in there. And soon, very soon, once we launch the Discord and everything, Alec will be in there doing instructions and teaching about how to run your own Bitcoin Pay server as well. He'll even run one for some of your businesses out there. I bring that up because, yes, as long as you're using Shopify, Stripe, any of these third-party services, in addition to cryptocurrency, they just don't mix, people. Those services, they are very centralized, at least in the crypto space. When services claim to be decentralized, we know they're centralized. At least some of them even like try their best to fight back. But like in the traditional space, Shopify, again, Stripe, PayPal, all these places are centralized places. Some of the ways they make their money is by selling their data, all right? This is how many users click in, this is the IP addresses, this is the emails, so on and so forth. That becomes a danger in the crypto space once these places get hacked, which they normally do. But normally they're just getting hacked for email lists, whatever marketing email goes out. But now they're getting hacked and people know that they bought Ledger wallets. So now they can send you a phishing email like, hey, your Ledger needs to be refreshed or it needs to be updated, or you must do this now. And they actually have your email address. They know you bought a Ledger. They can make it look realistic. And you next thing you know, you're clicking on stuff at 3 a.m, not paying attention and entering your passcodes, not knowing you're giving them the access to all your funds. So that's like the scary thing when it comes to these third-party hacks. And again, shout out to the Masterclass and Bitcoin Pay server, because these are the ways you can circumvent that. There's no reason these days that we have to use these third-party services, with the exception of not enough people know about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency to move over to this market. But as it continues to happen, as more people continue to move over, we won't have to rely on places like Shopify as much. You'll literally be able to run your own servers on different blockchains or whatever you want to accept. And it sounds like some of these DeFi projects are working on what? Frictionless cross-atomic swaps throughout blockchains, throughout the different tokens. So if those things are done technically as well, I mean, there will literally be no reason for these third-party services. So that's a cool thing. What awaits us in the future. But right now, we still have to go through them. So again, this is a quote on the article. Let's see who did this. France-based Ledger is also included as a defendant in the case for its marketing claims, privacy, and customer security. The complaint states that Ledger initially denied that any compromise of PII had occurred, but later had to backtrack and refer to the leak to Shopify in an email notification. The complaint stated, despite the repeated promises and worldwide advertising campaign touting unmatched security for its customers, Ledger and its data processing vendors, Shopify and TaskUs, repeatedly and profoundly failed to protect its customers' identities, causing targeted attacks on thousands of customers' crypto assets and causing class members to receive far less security than they thought they had purchased with their Ledger wallets. What are your thoughts, Warriors? I mean, is this something to go at the Ledger about? I mean, what wallet company wouldn't promise security, but they do have that is their responsibility to make sure the end user is secure throughout whatever process it is to get their wallet. So what are your thoughts? So should Ledger be held accountable? Is this fair to know? The class members are saying they did promise security. I'll tell you one thing, regardless of whoever promised, everybody can promise it. Of course, hackers are going to like smirk at that and be like, oh, we'll see about that, right? But what I will say is they definitely should have let people know about the hack as soon as it happened. Waiting a week in this space is like waiting 3 weeks to a month. You can't wait that long to let users know that their information has been compromised. So if anything, I will say, I think that like they have something with that, like that's fair. As far as the promises, I don't know. What are your thoughts in the chat? It's interesting to see. I know I would definitely be pissed off, but this is crazy. Let's see. Leroy Forrest, a class action, you say. Let's see. Too much for you. Okay. Treasure is probably going to go through the same thing. They use, I'm about to talk about Mailchimp. You next. People, and this was crazy. And this is what I thought was pretty cool. Shameless plug, but iCoin Technology, they're getting off to a great start. Oh, speaking of which, today's a big day for them. They have some things going on. But when you're looking at these new wallets coming on, one of the things when we consulted with them, we told them, we were like, hey, yeah, the space is Treasure and Ledger right now, but I literally said, who knows? It's one bad story away from it being one hardware wallet or whatever. And we're starting to see that. So the good thing about a newer wallet right now is we know they haven't used Mailchimp and we know they haven't used Shopify. I don't believe they're using Shopify. So that's a good thing right now. Let's see. Cash App had leaks too. You're right. So many people did. Let's see. Kevin Cummings. That's right. That's why you purchased from the manufacturer and not the third party. Clever, that is right. I keep hearing a lot of people talk about Clever. Thank you, Osha. I got to check that out as well. And yes, selling data is big. Listen, people, selling data is where the money is at for these big companies. I was saying Stripe, STRIPE, Stripe. I'm talking about traditional stuff, not new crypto stuff. Let's see. Right, we're about to get on Treasure here in a moment. Yep, Saber says, I remember getting an email from MetaMask asking for info, same thing. And again, all it takes is for you to be off your P's and Q's for 1 second. You wake up early in the morning, you're checking emails, you're trying to get work done. You see one coming from these places and you just answer it. And like as literal as soon as you press enter, you're like, wait, what did I just do? So it's crazy. Let's see. Jake Fever said, this makes me fearful about all my wallets. My tech skills set is not good enough in my mind to be better at understanding security. I can see why people leave coins on exchanges. But true, but one thing you can do to kind of circumvent that is diversify your wallets. Keep some on your desktop. Keep some on a hardware wallet, different types of hardware wallets. Keep some on a phone. Keep some paper wallets. Have, literally diversify. So if worst case scenario, a stash does get hit, you do lose a portion, you do lose a couple wallets. It's like, damn, that really sucked. But I got these 3 or 4 other wallets I can put back in the market and build off of. So have more than one wallet for sure. You got to have more than one wallet. Again, you're your own bank. So it's just like you think about banks in America. We don't keep all of our money, all of our value in one bank. No, banks are spread out everywhere, right? So same deal here. Spread your banks out throughout your different. I don't know the word right now. I can't think of it. It's on the tip of my tongue. Like your workspace, essentially. I can't think of the word, but yeah, spread your banks out. Have some of your computer, phone, hardware, all that good stuff. All right, and last but not least, we're going to talk about Mailchimp, of course. I saw some people allude to it already. Big news right now, not just for crypto companies, for everyone. Mailchimp, holy man, Mailchimp has everyone's email address in there in America, probably. At some point, somebody stole your email address and someone got it and used it on Mailchimp. But Mailchimp hack potentially leading to crypto wallet thefts. Looks like email marketing firm Mailchimp confirms that hackers use one of its own internal tools to access accounts of customers working in finance and cryptocurrency, and a follow-up attack could lead to crypto wallet draining. In total, some 319 Mailchimp's account were reportedly viewed, and data from 102 of them were downloaded. Among the affected users was the Trezor cryptocurrency app, which has since tweeted advice for its customers. Mailchimp have confirmed that their service has been compromised by an insider targeting crypto companies. As I just stated, we have managed to take the phishing domain offline. We are trying to determine how many email addresses have been affected. So again, if you see anywhere emails coming from Shopify this weekend, Trezor, anything from Mailchimp in general that has to do with crypto finances, you should be leery. It looks like, again, the Mailchimp account of Trezor was then used to contact users of the cryptocurrency wallet service, calling the attack exceptional in its sophistication. Trezor says the fake email directed users to download what was a very realistic clone of the Trezor Suite wallet app. So again, people, they are getting more and more sophisticated. We started seeing this in 2017. And that's one of the things where it's so messed up because, almost anything, if anything, can be hacked. So no one can guarantee 100% security. I think that most it's like a 99.8 type of deal. Like, listen, outside the geniuses, you should be good to go. But it's a shame. Mailchimp's a huge emailing service. I'm sure they paid for their cybersecurity to be up to par. So to see them go down and then to see the likes of people like Trezor who use Mailchimp be affected, that is crazy. And again, it kind of goes with the last story. Should Trezor be held accountable at all? They're guaranteeing security too. However, this is a part of their process for the end user. Same thing with Ledger. Should Ledger be considered liable at all? They're guaranteeing security. They're third-party Shopify. Hey, who's to blame? Who's at fault here? Let me check out the comments really quick and see what you all think. Let's see. Leroy Forbes, Mailchimp is the primary service people use to handle emails. Oh, subscriptions, campaigns. Yep. Let's see. Stash house, the wire. Oh, they said they got the stash house, some of the wire for Omar. That is a good, and this is what we mean. Like, these are the different points and ways your project can be exploited that people don't even think about. It's like, who would have thought about, hell, we don't need to get the project, get the email list. We know who bought the project. We know who's invested. We know who's a stakeholder. Get the email list. Hell, don't get the email list. Get how they actually purchase it. Go after the go after the emails of the purchasers. Like, these are the ways you don't even think about your project being exploited, which is, again, why we keep saying, I hate to say it, Axie Infinity, Ronin blockchain, all that's a perfect example. One of the largest hacks in history. They were literally changing the lives of people in third world countries, right? In developing nations, people were using it. Shout out to Trek. I saw you actually say that too the other day. They were changing the lives of these people, and for them to be hacked is a big deal. But that's also because it was a beta project, right? You got almost $1 billion in something that's only 2 to 3 years old. That's kind of crazy when you think about it, especially when you look at all the pushback Bitcoin continuously gets. But these new pop-up overnight projects are getting all the attention overnight. Bitcoin, I understand, man. It's okay. We still got you. We love you, man. You won't be forgot. Let's see. What else do we have? Right. We will go over Cleaver on Thursday a bit. Oh, there we go. Rail's in here. We'll be talking about Cleaver for sure. Join us on Thursday. We'll have a new show on our channel. A few new things to be on the lookout for, so make sure you stay in tune. Let's see. Last couple of comments. Let's see. This show is getting real deep security-wise. Listen, we take what they throw at us, and it looks like the last couple of days has been security. Cybersecurity is the talk of the town. All right. Other than that, that is the show for the day. So again, be on the lookout for other shows that will be released today, tomorrow, and throughout the week. Tomorrow, we may actually miss the show because of the Bitcoin conference. I'll be flying into Miami in the morning, it looks like. So tomorrow's show may be missed, but be on the lookout. We'll try to stream live Thursday and Friday from the conference if we do miss the show tomorrow. Other than that, make sure you smash that like and share. And of course, check out that masterclass if you haven't already. If you're going to